Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play series in Hearts of Iron for Kaiserreich. Today we're going to be playing Poland because yesterday, or Friday, yeah, I think Friday there was an update to Kaiserreich. They've added in a brand new reworked Polish tree. We're going to be playing that today. Don't really have a plan for which route we're going to be doing. Probably not socialist, maybe nationalist. We'll just kind of see. We'll just kind of click the options. And we'll see kind of like where we end up. So, here we are. Wonderful Poland. We do now start off with August the 4th as our king. We are immediately in the Reichspakt. So we don't actually get to choose whether or not we are Austrian king, what are the other ones? German king, a Lithuanian king, and a Polish king. We don't get that choice anymore. We are just in the Reichspakt. We'll get our research going here. It is, again, 36. We'll get all of our basic stuff going. Next up, civilian factory. We're starting off with 16. So we have 4, 0, and 12. I'm going to go like one civilian. We actually don't have that many building slots. So this might actually be a campaign where I actually care about getting more building slots. So we got one civilian factory for now. Throw one more factory onto rifles. We're not making fighters and tactical bombers. Don't worry about that right now. We have a current army size of 12 divisions. Let's assign you. Let's just say to the Austrian border for now. Don't go into like Ukrainian territory. Just hang out in Poland itself. So just go into the Austrian border for now. National focus. What do we got? So we can't do the emergency session. That's false. I'm assuming this is going to be for Black Monday. Our military tree, and I think that's literally it. The election of 38. Don't care about you. Okay, so we just have one event. So we'll get this going. Do you want to train in units? Do we have any supplies? Right now we don't. So we're not going to worry about this. The Kingdom of Poland. 2 decades ago, 2 decades ago, thousands of Poles fought and died for the Central Powers. This stormy cooperation with 2 of the 3 former partitioning powers led to the creation of the Kingdom of Poland, a nation which was compromised from the beginning, carved out of former Russian territory. The hoped unification with Austria and Poland was denied early on. Germany sought to wrest Poland from the Austrians to ensure free reign over the so-called Grezmark. The German even annexed the so-called frontier strip with the aim of further colonization, but it was returned after the fall of the Ludendorff dictatorship, leaving Poles forever doubtful of Germany's intentions. Out of the original German ambition, merely a few things remain: King August's forced shaky rule and the professional Prussian-drilled Poschnik Weimar. Against all odds, the kingdom survived and managed to find relative prosperity. Formerly the most industrious region of the Russian Empire, Poland has greatly benefited from its membership in Middle Europa and economic cooperation with its neighbors, as both German and Austro-Hungarian investment has brought work and growth to Polish cities. King August IV's moderately liberal policies and willingness to honor the Polish constitution has won him some support over the years, but under the surface, grave issues are deepening. Poland, like most of Eastern Europe, is still a very agrarian nation. The divide between the growing cities and the countryside, which is largely owned by German-Polish nobility, has only grown during the years, forming a mass of landless, unemployed poor that are yearning for change. These social issues feed into political radicalization taking place on both sides of the political spectrum. The traditionally strong Polish left is well organized and has aligned itself with the liberal agrarian parties, calling for democratization, land reform, and even for a republic. Socialist organizations continually clash with far-right groups, who draw on their support base from anti-German and anti-Semitic sentiment. All 3 anti-monarchist factors agree only on one thing: the destruction of the kingdom and the rule of its Hohenzollern monarch, even if that means much blood has to be shed. Okay. The chessboard of 2 Kaisers. Poland is much less under German influence than it may seem at first glance. Even though the king is Wilhelm II's son, there is little love shared between them. August 4th, a lover of arts and cultures, left much of the ruling of his government to his Geheimrat, comprised of German, Austrian, and Polish men of great importance, such as industrial magnates and military personnel. It is in this council where, in seeking the king's favor, a game of political intrigue is being played. The most influential voice for now belongs to Wolfgang von Chris, a military man with great experience that is often seen sure of German military interests in Poland. Von Chris heads of the German military mission to Poland, tasked with the oversight and training of the Polish army. It has become very much a project of Heinz Gudman, who has been slowly molding the Polish army into its version of a modern mechanized elite force. Germany also owns the KKWP, the state railway company, securing its connection to the Osthofen further in the east. The Poles have constantly relied on Austrian support in keeping the Germans at arm's length. The Nubian state has a visible influence of Polish public life, with the Slecza's connection to Austrian aristocracy, Czech investment in Poland industry, and the pro-Austrian rhetoric of many of the liberal politicians. It is no secret that Austria actively seeks to strengthen its position in Poland, and many Poles believe it'll finally rid them of an overbearing Germany. Berlin, however, remains wary, as Poland's strategic location between them and the east is a matter of national security. The Republican movement. The so-called Polish Republicanism movement is comprised of left and center liberal radicals, generally aligned with the opposition, the Center-Law Bloc, formerly known as the People's Union for Defense of Law and Freedom. While the Center-Law parties, the PSL and the PPS, officially recognize the monarchy and even formed the government in the past, it is no secret that many among their ranks would rather see the German king deposed and a new progressive republic installed. They are the largest and most influential of the anti-monarchist bloc, enjoying great support in both Poland proper and across the Galician border, where their popularity is even higher with the Galician Poles, who see the Republican cause as a path towards unification of the Polish people. Fortunately for us, the Republican movement is the least militant of the internal divisions, and their supporters believe that a more passive resistance and peaceful protesting. They're also willing to work within the system to some degree, as long as the king continues his path of constitutionalism and democracy. However, we should use harsh measures against them. Should we use harsh measures against them, it's more than probable that many of their supporters would radicalize further and turn towards more extreme ideas. The Revolutionary Committee. The Polish Socialist Party was the vanguard of the struggle of Polish liberation in 1905 and later during the Wilkrieg, uniting many of Podolski's colleagues under his revolutionary paramilitary organization. Even though the party still hosts a radical revolutionary wing, its leadership has walked the moderate path and wields considerable influence in the Sejm. However, within the unofficial sphere, many syndicalist trade unions and left-wing paramilitaries thrive. The revolutionary movement is no doubt mainly directed from Paris, where many of the Polish syndicalists and anarchists were able to have escaped under the wing of the so-called Revolutionary Committee of Kazimierz Zakręcki. It is with communard support that their tentacles corrupt Poland and guide its proletariat towards a more destructive path. There's little we can do to save the souls of the true believers, but the path of economic and social reform should make their agitation right hollow to the Polish working class. And a national committee. The Polish National Committee, formed by the Entente as the Republic government for Poland during the Wilkrieg, has not given us peace even after all these years. The leader, Roman Dmowski, is himself in exile in Moscow, but still holds enormous sway over the Polish right. Even now, while his National Democrats are pushing for the push to the political fringe, it is no secret that many still feel loyalty towards him. The far right can broadly be divided into two factions: the conservative nationalists, who are willing to begrudgingly work with us, but would not hesitate to stab us in the back if it meant a more complete independence for Poland, and the radical nationalists such as the ONR. These ultra-nationalists are responsible for dozens of attacks against our government and their political enemies, taking their tactics from Eastern savages like Kondru and Savikov. They are vehemently anti-German, anti-Semitic, anti-establishment, and beyond redemption. However, the more moderate nationalists can be satisfied as long as our policies prove that we are not sacrificing Poland's Catholic conservative nature to the whims of the socialists and the liberals. And there we go. There's a little bit of backstory for us. It did take us almost half the episode, but we got there in the end. One other major change with our with the new update here is that Cuban Union no longer exists. It's been wiped off the face of the earth, never to be seen again. Well, I guess if you're playing Kaiserreich, it's probably still in there. So, let's see. So we have stability of the realm. Popularity for the monarchy is at 40%. I mean, right now we're the most popular. So, I mean, that's nice. Doesn't have direct effects. Having control of less than 50% of its economy will have consequences for Poland should they ever rise up against Germany. Well, I'm not expecting to ever rise up against Germany. Also, why do you cost 23 political power? Is that because we have 23% of the influence? Probably. I don't think I've ever seen a... Interesting. What have we seen like Austrian investors? Monarchy popularity goes down. They gain more influence. They get 50 political power out of it, which might be good. Okay, Kornilov and Storm Moscow. Give me my 50 Army Navy experience. Thank you very much. How many trains do we have? We have 9, and we're using already 7. Let's steal some trains from the general populace. Fantastic. The nationalists are supporting the king's government. Predicted election is a slim majority. Do we have No, there's no active balance of power right now in Poland. This might come into play. So far, I've not seen a single country actually use this mechanic. I'm sure one day it'll happen. You're Black Monday, right? You're 100%. You are the Black Monday tree. Stability goes down. Influence with other countries change a little bit. Appointing a general inspector. As professional as the Polish army may be in comparison to its fellow members of the Reichspakt, a series of reports made by the Ministry of Defense throughout the 30s has spurred the creation of a program for the general modernization of the army. The first task of the program would be the formation of a general inspector of the armed forces, an office which reports directly to the head of state and oversees the modernization of the military, also serving the role of commander-in-chief in the case of war. The Germans, unsurprisingly, pushed forward the candidacy of Heinz Gerdmann. While giving Germans such a high role in the army would be a risky move, he is a brilliant visionary, and his ideas for mobile warfare have been applauded by many as the next step in warfare. Kadris Skotkovsky is another reputable choice, a genius organizer and intellectual, palatable by many of the factions in the government. A third option would be the uncontroversial Leon Brebski, whose tireless work is thanks to the good shape of the Polish army nowadays. He is both reasonably popular as a former legionary, but also among those who cooperated very early in the monarchy. Let's see, so we have some options here. We can go for division speed. Everyone loses political power, excellent. Division speed plus 15%, 0.4 daily. So you just get appointed right away. We don't actually have to spend the time on you. 10% defense. I mean, maybe we want more defense. Due to, I mean, we're never gonna have like a very large army. Poland isn't a massive country. So maybe just having more defense so we take less damage would be good. Yeah, let's appoint you. Give me the little bit of extra defense. The aftermath of the Berlin crash. It took mere hours for the Warsaw Stock Exchange to crash once the news has reached us of the events in Germany. Numerous corporations, not only German but Polish as well, had invested greatly in government bonds, which are now found to be worthless. More and more panic selling followed as the chain of dominoes continued to fall. The Bank of Poland, independent of the government, held a sizable amount of German government bonds that had been used to stabilize the Polish market during the past few years. With the current turn of events, it has proved to be a horrible decision, as a major part of the bank's reserve stock lost all of its value, sending our currency into freefall. Hundreds of thousands of Poles, perhaps millions, have lost their savings and quickly afterwards their jobs, as the entire private economy come crashing down. 2 decades of economic growth with the German juggernaut has come to a screeching halt, and we are left alone to pick up the pieces. The monarchy popularity goes down, a lot less influence for Germany and Austria. Stability. This actually has got to be one of the worst Black Monday events that I've seen. Not good for us for sure. So let me see. So you're now 32. It is. It's actually tied 1-1. I've never actually seen any in vanilla or in Kaiserreich or any other mod. I've never seen a decision that ties political power to something else. I honestly didn't even know you could do that. I thought these had to be kind of like stagnant. You get more influence. Right now we're at 32%. Again, we're not going to. Well, they have moderate control, which is. We lose civilian factories. We get construction speed for civilian and military, but we are losing 16% stability off of this, which is pretty bad. We got 6-year plant, which is 1 military factory. Repair speed, it's kind of garbage. Retention goes up. Organization goes up as well. But it doesn't give us a factory, so I guess we're going to take our start the 6-year plan first. Yes, you're going to complete... You know what? Okay, cancel this immediately. We're going to go for the Black Monday stuff. King August addresses the Gem. Normally preferring to avoid directly involving himself in the day-to-day politics of the kingdom, it has come as a surprise when King August IV, king by God's grace, expressed his wish to address the Chamber of Deputies of the Gem directly. Today, the king spoke in front of the 128 deputies on the crisis currently engulfing the nation. His demeanor was calm and compromising as he spoke of his responsibility to do his best for the well-being of all Poland. With unemployment skyrocketing and political violence surging to heights unseen in 2 decades, His Majesty's responsibility is to decide which path to follow. August's words seek to compromise and nonpartisanship, which many feel like they hold as a veiled threat. Either the elected government handles the crisis, or failing that, the king may turn to less democratic means, often pushed by the German advisors. Regardless of their loyalties, something everyone can agree on is to the core speech, drastic measures must be taken. So thanks for the political power. We can strengthen the interpartisan circle, which is more popularity for the monarchy. 100 political power. All investigations cost 10 less. We can either, I'm guessing we can empower the ourselves, or we can empower concessions to the Union. This will weaken the Socialists. It allows us to subvert Republican influence. Yeah, I think we want to. This will allow us to strengthen the monarchy. Well, I mean, who's the strongest power here? I mean, it's the Republicans and the Socialists. We probably do want to go down the strengthen the in and partisan circle. 35 days. We get 50 political party off list and a little bit more support for the monarchy. I'm happy to have both of those. Daily market liberal growth as well as authoritarian democratic. Okay. The German-Polish Railway bailed out by Germany. Germany is spending a considerable amount of money to save the KWIP, the Polish State Railways, from collapse. By buying a majority of the shares sold by German holding company, the KPUGHSTE. With its major investment, the route and its workers have their immediate livelihood secured for the time being. Well, thank you for the little bit of stability boost. We are at negative 5%, which isn't great. But, I mean, it's not the worst either, right? Could be worse. Again, we don't have a ticking stability modifier. That used to be the case. They got rid of that. Okay, at the end of an area, world tension has gone up by 2%. A lot of people are going to war in China. But again, what happens in China doesn't really affect what's going on right now in Warsaw. We got more pressing things to concern ourselves with. Bloody Friday. Good Friday, day to commemorate the death of Christ, turned bloody this year as thousands of unemployed attacked the Strat City Hall near Kleshi. That's definitely how you say that. They demanded to be paid for their unemployment allowances, but due to the bureaucratic mistake, the payrolls had not been prepared yet. The enraged crowd, fleeing for their livelihood, stormed the offices, no doubt organized by the syndicalists. The situation escalated into a firefight with the police claiming at least 2 lives. The situation had calmed down by the evening, and the allowances were paid to the people the next day. We can strengthen the nationalists, or we can strengthen the socialists. Well, let's strengthen, I guess, the nationalist a little bit. I mean, again, I want to see if we can kind of keep the monarchy intact. I want to probably go pro-Reichspakt in this campaign. We'll probably do another Poland campaign soon, either the socialist or the nationalist. But I think with Black Monday kind of ripping the country apart, it's going to be a good time for us to end off for today. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthony. If you've enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. Not enjoying, click thumbs down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.